What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors and mainly RJ Barrett. But before we get into this video, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, share it, do whatever you want. I'm trying to grow the channel as fast as we can, I'm trying to be as consistent as I can too. Go follow the TikTok and everything. So I'll have that in the description. But yeah, let's get into it now. So a few days ago, I saw a tweet from NBA Central saying RJ Barrett is a potential trade candidate this summer. And this is per Mike A. Scotto. And the whole quote goes, "Based on conversations before the trade deadline, Barrett could be a trade candidate to monitor this summer." Barrett was discussed in trade talks for Brandon Ingram with the New Orleans Pelicans, but the Pelicans preferred the expiring contracts of Bruce Brown and stretch 5 center Kelly Olynyk, who's owed $13.45 million next season. League sources told Hoops Hype. So, this is something to note, as RJ is making about $25 million this year, but it goes up over the years, and he has 2 more years besides this year on his contract. So, he's making a decent amount of money. He's not making like superstar level money, but he's making like good all-star type of player money. So, you could definitely move him in a trade talk or move him in a trade for another star player if you want to build now, because the Raptors are in a weird position right now, as they're not good enough to be a playoff or play-in contender, but they're not bad enough to be the #1 overall pick contender. And so they're kind of in this mediocrity middle range that they're like the 11th seed, and they're playing a game right now as I'm recording this video. So, the record could not be completely accurate, but I mean, they're going to be the 11th seed regardless. And, all the teams below them are tanking pretty obviously. Like the Nets tanking, Hornets just suck, Wizards suck, Sixers obviously tanking. So they're just in this weird spot right now, and I could definitely see them, trying to trade for a better player to basically elevate them, because Scottie Barnes is going to want to start competing here soon and going to want to start, being on a winning team, because, people who make all-star teams and all-NBA teams win games, and Scottie Barnes is probably going to want to do that for his career and accomplishments going forward, right? So RJ Barrett could be moved, because I've been seeing stuff online, and RJ Barrett, they said it perfectly. RJ Barrett is not good enough to be the guy who has the ball all the time, but he also is not super effective if he doesn't have the ball at all. So, he's kind of in that weird middle range, because he's a good player, he can get you 20 a night, but he's not someone you want to have take all your shots. And that's kind of like where RJ Barrett lies right now. He's not a superstar, he's not really even an all-star yet, but he's just a good bucket getter. Because man, if you look at the stats, he's averaging 21.5, he's averaging 6.5 rebounds, and he's averaging 5.5 assists. Like, he is doing it all sneakily. He's having a really good season now that I look at it more. But it's just kind of like he's on a middle of a pack team, and honestly, when you think of the Raptors, you think of Scottie Barnes. You don't really think of RJ Barrett. And that's kind of like where he gets underrated here, because he actually is a very underrated player, but I just feel like, what my take was before, he's not good enough to have every shot for your team, but he's also not really that big of a positive if he isn't taking any shots for you guys. So it's just kind of a weird middle zone that RJ Barrett's in right now. But I could definitely see him being traded, because looking at his efficiency, he's very efficient too. 47 from the field, 36 from 3. Last year in a stint with the Raptors, he was shooting 55 from the field and 39 from 3. That's really good, efficient numbers. So I feel like a contending team would take RJ Barrett to be that second, third option guy who's also a good playmaker, because RJ Barrett, like I just showed before, he's averaging 5.5 assists. So, teams could be interested in that, and the Raptors could also be interested in a trade and whatever they would offer back. But yeah, I don't know. I see the Raptors in a lot of trade discussions, and I feel like RJ Barrett's the biggest piece they have to make a trade. And I mean, you could definitely develop RJ or mold him into a role you want, because he's a 6'6", 6'7" kind of combo guard who's a really good scorer. And I mean, his defense is all right. He could definitely work on his defense. But like I just said before, he could be a really valuable asset for some teams. As a straight scorer, comparing him to other 24-year-olds around the league, he is third among total points all season, and he's behind Tyrese Maxey and Kobe White, who are both really good bucket getters. So that's good company to be in, and Tyrese Halliburton's right behind him. So, RJ Barrett is definitely up there, and I feel like he's just not talked about enough. So, I don't know if that's just he's underrated or that's he's just playing in Toronto. It's one of those two, but RJ Barrett definitely super underrated and overlooked. So let me know in the comments where you think RJ Barrett could be traded to. I mean, he's definitely a really good asset to be for the Raptors. He's a good asset to have, I should say, for the Raptors, because, he's a great player, but I just don't really know where he would go to. Maybe someone, if they wanted to upgrade, the Raptors wanted to upgrade, they could trade him there. I'm not really sure exactly. I need to think about that. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for that. But I mean, Brandon Ingram hasn't even played for the Raptors yet, so that could definitely be, where a situation where you wait to see how good you guys are with Brandon Ingram, then you trade RJ Barrett if it doesn't work out. But who knows what's going on with the Brandon Ingram situation? That's kind of weird. I don't think he's played a game for them yet. I'm not really sure. I don't really pay attention to the Raptors, and that's probably the problem. I don't pay attention to the Raptors. That's why I'm overlooking RJ Barrett. But yeah, who knows, man? The Raptors, weird situation right now. RJ Barrett is a great trade candidate or trade piece to have. So, yeah, let me know in the comments, like I just said, where you think RJ Barrett will go. Like the video, subscribe, do all that stuff, and now we're out.